Canadian Sport Fishing 1 Hour Special. Come and travel to a place where 150,000 freshwater lakes hold some of the toughest browns, rainbows, and pike. Finland, land of the freshwater lake.
Welcome to our Canadian Sport Fishing 1 Hour Specials. I'm Italo Labignan. You know, as North Americans, we've learned a lot when it comes to fishing from our European and Scandinavian neighbors. As a matter of fact, many of the fishing techniques and lures are manufactured overseas. If these surroundings look a little bit different to you, it's because we're standing in downtown Helsinki, Finland. As North Americans, we believe we have some of the best fishing in the world, and rightly so. But right here in Finland, there's over 100,000 freshwater lakes, and both its southern and western shoreline are bordered by the Baltic Sea. That's a lot of water to fish in. You know, years ago, there was a fisherman that was baffled by the way bait fish and game fish interacted. And he developed a particular lure in Finland that has become world famous. That person was Rapala, and he invented the Rapala lure. In this 1 hour special, we're going to take you behind the scenes to see how that lure was developed and how it's manufactured today. We're also going to show you some of the best fishing Finland has to offer and some of the hot spots.
There have been numerous fishing heroes throughout the centuries from around the world, but there is only one legend, that of a man who created the world's most popular fishing lure in a land of mysticism and wonder. Finland has set the stage for one of our finest exotic adventures. This is a land rich with cultural heritage, mottled with thousands of freshwater lakes and rivers and bordered by a vast sea. It has become renowned as one of the top 10 countries of the world by well-traveled visitors. Join us as we take you through this famous Scandinavian country and show you a rich history that is evident through its architecture and culture. Travel to the farthest reaches of this nation and experience some of the finest fishing it has to offer. To top things off, we'll give you a behind-the-scenes look at the creation of the world's most popular fishing lure, the Rapala. Up next, fishing Finnish style. Finland is a unique country that has over 100,000 freshwater lakes. Fishing is more than just a sport here. It's an intricate part of the Finnish culture. For many of Finland's residents, fish provide an important part of their diet. Most fish caught here are kept for eating and are enjoyed either smoked, salted, or prepared in a multitude of traditional ways. One of the top brown trout fishing spots in all of Finland is the Kalkanen Rapids, which connects two major lakes. It was at this site that Rapala was intrigued by the way brown trout interacted with bait fish, which led him to design and test the first Rapala lures. Today, Laurie's sons and grandsons still catch brown trout as he did decades ago.
No, this reminds me an awful lot of back home with the fast water.
Yeah, and the trees and the rocks.
It almost looks like a walleye pool below a dam.
Right there.
No walleyes here.
That is
walleye?
fast.
No. Brown trout or rainbow trout. That's what you catch here.
It's a change to see the people without a motor, the way they're working the pools with those
they're
boats.
rowing. Yeah.
That's a traditional method of fishing?
That's the traditional method, yes. Wow.
When I look up, it almost looks like it's going to snow. All those great clouds. I guess this time of the year, the weather gets really unpredictable.
Yeah, that's right. That's the time of the year when you really don't know about the weather.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Got one on that scrappy. That was like my third cast with a fat wrap. Man. These fish really use the current. It's a little bit bigger. This is about the average size, Jarmo, 12 to 14 inches?
Yes, that's about the average. That's a good size for this time of the season.
Come on. Boy, that wind picked up a little bit. We should have got overcast. Now, I'm just gently going to hold him upside down to take the hook out. I'm going to take out hemostat just to get the hooks out. See, he's just got that one treble in his mouth. I shouldn't hurt him at all taking the hooks out. There. Now, that's a little female. You can see that it's got a bit more of a blunter head. We were getting some of the smaller males. Still a very beautiful fish. I'm going to get it right back into the water. Just going to ease him out, and he's gone. Okay. That was nice.
Oh, look at that.
That's a good brown.
The biggest brown that we've seen today.
Now, you said you get them up to about 10 kilos
Yes,
here?
sometimes, but
Wow.
of course this is much more now. But anyway, it's a good sized fish.
It looks like a nice male. You can see that little hook on the jaw.
Yeah.
Beautiful color.
Okay, if you can guide it in. I've got my glove ready. It's such a bright fish.
Yeah.
If you
Did
can
you
gui-
see the color of the
Oh,
fish?
Magnificent.
Yeah, close
Gray,
to spawning. That's the color that.
very
Oh, look at that.
orangey belly.
Oh, it hit the shallow running shadow too.
Look.
Oh, look at that.
It's got lots of energy.
What's the
I want
hooks?
to be gentle with them.
Yeah.
Come here. There. Look at this.
Oh, look at the color.
The armor.
Oh, that's a nice fish.
Look at that.
Oh,
This is a nice little male. You can see that kite, that hook on the lower jaw, and that very narrow head. I cannot get over at how beautiful he is. If I hold him, can you get the hooks out?
I think so. I'm trying.
He's not hooked too bad.
No.
Just one hook. You have to watch those teeth.
I can feel the teeth. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Good, careful. Now I'm just going to hold him back into the water.
Okay.
Wow.
That's fine.
Now that fish hit where? Just outside on the break, on the
Yeah.
shallow runner?
Yeah, that's right.
I should hold that up. Look at, see this thing? The configuration is a lot narrower than a standard Rapala, than the original Rapala. When it's swimming, it looks just like a bait fish. And the key, why it works so well here, is because it's got that shallow lip, so it's not going too deep. And I think a lot of the bait fish are near the top of the water. They're not that deep. Maybe that's why it works so well.
Yeah, that's right.
Just gonna ease him out a little bit. There he goes. No, lots of energy in that fish. Boy, okay. I'm gonna leave you here. I'm gonna go back up.
When we return, Scandinavian pike. Folklore has it that in 1497, the famous Mannheim pike was caught somewhere in Europe. The fish was reported to be 19 feet long and to bear an inscribed ring dating its birth as 1230 AD. Whether this fish was fact or fiction has never really been determined. To date, the largest recorded pike have indeed been caught in Europe and Scandinavia. Even though pike look the same both in Canada and Finland, the methods of catching them varies greatly. In Canada, most anglers fish for pike in water less than 20 feet in depth. Pike will usually be found along the shorelines, near structure, and especially around weed beds. Shallow swimming lures such as spinner baits and spoons take the bulk of the fish, often producing real trophies.
Oh, Henry, right off the
One
front.
over there.
I can't believe, right on that edge. Oh, you know what? This one's a little bigger, Henry.
Okay, you better step down here a bit.
No problem. Is he gonna go in the weeds? Can't believe on that sassy again.
How thick he is in the back.
I'm trying to put the brakes on him to turn him around.
Where'd you put the glove there, big guy?
Oh, should be just here on the right, Henry.
Okay, got it.
Okay. He's a little bit bigger than the other ones.
Okay, you step back a bit,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna get in position.
Okay, I'm trying putting the pressure on him, and he's just, oh. You know what? I gotta get him around that anchor rope. Piece of cake, right? Have to practice with those Fish inside in the weeds. This is a lot of hard work, you know. It's not as much fun as it looks, right, Henry? Oh! Man.
Okay, where's he?
I'm trying to get him out from underneath the boat and the weeds. Any minute, right?
A lot of
Where's he go?
turmoil down there.
Okay, now, you sure you can grab him, Henry?
I don't know. Whoa! I think he's got a headache.
You check and see if there's a dent in the boat over there.
Okay, bring him around
I'm
one more time.
I'm trying. It's a thick fish, you know.
Okay. Whoa! It's
Man.
second time again.
This guy does not want to stop.
I have a feeling he's going to do a complete acrobatic here.
Okay, I'm trying to get
You just slow, just nice and easy, dude.
Yeah,
nice and easy.
Can you get your hand around him?
Oh!
Not bad, eh? What a heavy fish. Boy. Now, you took about 3 runs at the boat. I guess you wanted to get even with us, eh?
Get that piece of, you and your big piece
Look at
of
this, look at that. How can they resist that, eh?
Okay, let me see if I can get a better grip on him and so I can get a nice release on him.
He is a nice thick fish. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna
Look
move
at
to
the
one
back.
side.
Is that a thick one or what?
Yeah.
Okay, get him into the
water.
weeds here.
Henry, hold him up nice and high so you can see him when he takes off, okay?
Look at that back though.
Don't worry, he won't splash, Henry. He's all tired out.
No, I'm just trying to revive him. He is, you know, the bigger fish. Yeah.
Now you know why we have the towel. Henry, do you need it here for your face?
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Just
There
perfect.
you go.
In some cases, surface lures such as the Zara spook, fished along with Rapalas, will produce lunkers.
Look at,
Come
just slowly bring him in.
You know they're big when you can't just pull them right over to the boat. Okay, I'm gonna try stepping back a bit. You want to?
Oh!
What a goal!
Talk about it.
Nice fish. Look at that. Did he want that spook? He just swallowed
Wow.
that.
Yeah, he's.
Okay.
Let's gotta be careful with this one here.
If you hold him, I'm gonna get the pliers and pull
Okay,
it out.
there's where that one is right there.
Yeah.
I got it out. Just so I don't want to hurt.
Yeah, we'll
Just
be
touch his gill plate. That's
as
what happened.
careful as possible there. And one more. Actually, he wasn't hooked that deep. If I just jingle it, come on.
Oh, just
Gotta
barely.
be
Okay.
so careful with all those teeth.
Okay, I gotta be careful. You know what? Got all this.
Yeah.
Just rinse my hands off a bit.
He won't go anywhere there for a second. You're holding him well, and you're not hurting him. We'll just put him back in the water. That's a nice size
That's a
fish.
nice size fish.
You know, as soon as he hit, he came completely out of the water and went right down on that lure. And I got a
let me
good
get
look at him.
And water for a minute.
Yeah. They do look like an alligator, though, when they're in the water like that.
Yeah.
All these fish are great fighters. Henry, he looks like he's almost ready to go.
No, not yet. It's just like.
Don't fall in. I guess he was ready.
You know, he was on this. He was on the side, and I thought I could forget
That was a
it.
good release, Henry. Good release. Look at that. Henry. Did you see him hit it right near the boat? Nice fish.
I'll tell you. That back's turning like that.
I had a follow just a few seconds before that, and I couldn't tell how big it was. That might even be the fish. Just looked like a green streak.
Can you? I cannot believe how he hit twice. Just missed it the first time. Opened up his yap, and boy.
Right at
Okay.
the boat.
Whoa.
They've got a lot of power. Okay, I'm gonna get the glove on.
Okay.
Now you baby him in, okay, Henry? Get him nice and tired so that I don't get too wet, okay? Backhand again. Kind of got him. That
Boys.
is a nice fish.
Tangled or what?
Henry, he hit right at the boat. Okay.
It's nice to see it. It's nice to share that experience so somebody else gets to see it. You know, I just
agree.
go, you know.
Well, so many times you get that fish following right up to the boat and they just don't hit it.
Wow.
That guy just lashed at it. He
Yeah,
wants
did
the
you-
pliers.
Look at this. He's just.
They've got a lot of power. Just watch your fingers, Henry.
Sure. I think.
Okay, we better get something to open that up.
Let go of my pliers. Okay, let me try one more time.
I hate to tell you this, Henry, but it's getting heavy. I think I'm going to
Okay,
have to just
okay.
change positions here. Oh,
What is it, about 12, you
it's
think?
got to be at least 12. These fish are chunky.
Okay, maybe he relaxes a bit.
There.
Okay,
Good.
I'm
You're
sure I'm
getting
going
good at that. I'm going to let you do all of
It's
mine
like,
from now
oh.
on. Beautiful fish. Okay, I'm going to get him back in the water.
As a comparison, in Finland you can fish for pike both in fresh and salt water. You heard me right, in salt water. The Baltic Sea is recognized around the world for producing 20 to 50-pound northerns. To the surprise of many, the Baltic Sea resembles Georgian Bay in Ontario. Here there are over 60,000 islands that are spread out over a vast area. Pike can survive here because of the low salt content. It's no wonder pike can reach weights of 50 pounds, for there are millions of saltwater herring to feed on throughout the never-ending structure formed by the islands. With so many islands to cover, the angler may be casting all day before locating fish.
I can't get over all these islands, Roger. You said there's like 25 or 30,000 here?
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
If you count a little bit smaller ones, then there's 60,000.
Wow. There's got to be a lot of...
Here!
Have you got one on? There's a nice arc in your rod. Keep the pressure on, Roger.
It's a good one.
Now you changed that rattling lure, that rattling wrap?
I got the rattling wrap on there.
Okay.
He hit it hard.
Oh, good size one. Good size. Just keep the pressure on him.
There he wants line yet. He's not ready.
Well, don't let him go down in those weeds. I'm going to change hands. You know what? He's just hooked in that back hook. Yeah.
He wants to go.
They look like a huge snake. When you get them on top of the water like that, that's a wide fish. I'm going to have to really stretch my hand to get my fingers around
Be
it.
careful, be careful.
Yeah, Roger, if you can get it a little bit closer.
Be careful, it's a big mouth. Oh no.
You're not kidding. Oh, did you see the weeds on it?
Yeah, he hit it real hard, then took off the weeds on the way.
Well, you just keep the pressure on it. You're doing just fine.
We got lots of time here. There's no rush. I don't want to lose it. Here he comes again.
Oh, very nice one.
In this estuary water, I thought that there might be a little blar in color. Very nice color, Roger.
Oh! Oh!
Like he wasn't ready yet.
No, he's not ready yet.
He went right down to the bottom. Well, that was try number one. I get 3 chances, right?
Yeah. Go blow the next one.
You know, he's so wide, I had a hard time
It's
stretching my
only
hand.
one hook is there. Be careful.
Oh. Okay,
Here he comes.
you got him hooked really lightly. You know, yeah, right. These fish have a lot of energy.
Okay.
Great, eh? That's what we're working for. This is the fun part.
Janna!
Okay, here he
You know,
comes.
I'm going to try grabbing him by the tail because his head is really wide.
Yeah. Okay.
And another thing too, you've got those trebles, and they're, you know, a couple of them are right on top.
Yeah.
I don't want to get my glove caught in it. Okay.
Easily, easily.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can grab him by the tail. Now,
Okay.
I'm going to get my other hand wet.
Whoa!
Look at that. What a nice northern.
Ah,
That's our first finished northern. Look at that yellow side. Boy, if you can just get the
we
hooks
missed
out.
4. We missed 4 before this hit.
We all got so excited, we're actually casting over each other's lines.
Good. Congratulations.
There. Look at that. Look at how yellow that belly is. Is that from the salt water mixing with the fresh water?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to put him back in the water. Just watch yourself. Man, what a fish. Oh, he's ready to go.
He wants to go.
I can't believe how much energy this fish has. Look how long he is. You can tell when they're ready because they start making that S bending with their body. He's ready to go. Oh,
there he
man.
goes.
He took off like a bullet.
Great.
What was the secret here?
There's the secret.
We're going to let him hear it. Loud or what? That's a rattling wrap. A nice chrome color to it. I bet you that flash
Oh yeah.
made
Definitely.
that fish commit
It was that.
himself. Okay. Yuka,
Congratulations.
how fast can you get us back up there where the weeds are? Real quick?
Real
There's
quick.
probably more
real
fish
quick.
there.
Go. We drifted a long way.
Up next, Finland, land of wonder. Finland is the 5th largest country in Europe and also one of the most sparsely populated. The Finns reached present-day Finland in one of those great migrations at the beginning of the Christian era. Today, Finland enjoys free enterprise and a government that is spearheaded by a president. Most visitors to Helsinki, Finland's capital, are captivated by the activity in this large center. The heart of the city is Senate Square. At one end stands the parliament buildings that house the various parliamentary factions. At the other end is the university. Within a few steps of the square is one of the most beautiful buildings in Helsinki, the cathedral. Once inside, the onlooker is overwhelmed by the artistry and workmanship he sees in the paintings, architecture, and sculpture. The statue of Michel Argela, founder of the Finnish language and the first person to translate the Bible, stands proud near the entrance. Looking up at the ceiling, your eyes are drawn by a huge chandelier, and you get some idea of the massive size of this building. Outside of Senate Square, the side streets teem with people. Once you leave Senate Square and head towards the waterfront, the first monument you see is the Maiden and Seal. This fountain truly captures the Scandinavian character. Once past the fountain, you enter the waterfront market. It's here that the farmers, gardeners, fishermen, and specialized trade workers come to sell their wares. Both cut and growing plants are available fresh daily. Everything from roses to daisies. Even if you don't purchase any flowers, their fragrance and colors seem to draw you closer. Italo just can't resist the fresh fruit and berry stand. This is probably the most active area in Helsinki. Women scrambling to purchase fresh food for the day, businessmen picking up a quick snack, and of course the tourists looking for that special something. One of the most popular stretches in the market is definitely the fresh fish stands. The Finns love to eat fish, and here they can choose from fresh herring, trout, pike, and salmon, not to mention pickled and smoked fish as well. And yes, the legend is true. When you visit Helsinki for the first time, you can't help noticing the number of blondes. They're everywhere. Because of the cold winters, furs are popular with Finns. The market has many booths that sell fur hats, stoles, mitts, and even coats. Walking through the market, it's hard not to notice the beauty of the waterfront. Cruise ships regularly moor in the harbor, shuffling travelers back and forth from Sweden. Hourly scenic cruises are available throughout the day to admire the city sights from the water. Tankers often enter the harbor area after commuting from the open sea. The Baltic Sea is an important avenue for transporting raw materials and finished products to the other neighboring countries and around the world. At your feet, friendly gulls take it all in and don't seem to mind the presence of the rushing crowd. The last view before leaving the market is the President's House. Marked outside by guards, it's an obvious expression of authority and stature. This is a beautiful city that combines old and new, a pleasant mixture of culture and tradition. Some of the most prominent buildings can be viewed from the tower. The railway station stands out, interconnected with tracks. The rail system here is important for transporting goods and people throughout the region. Olympic Stadium is the site of many international sporting events. The water fountain located in the city lake adds freshness to the setting. The Olympic Village entertains athletes from around the world, and a statue on the grounds depicts a seasoned athlete in action. When you visit the local stores, the first thing you notice is the Finns expressing themselves through design. Whether you go through a tackle store, gaze at crystalware, or stroll through a furniture shop, everything is attractive and contemporary. The smaller shops carry all sorts of paraphernalia, from everyday items to specialized toys and gadgets. Once you leave the city, however, the countryside changes dramatically. Agricultural land is intermixed with hardwood brush and lakes. Many of these lakes have been stocked with rainbow trout. As in eastern Canada, these fish have adapted well to their new home and provide endless hours of sport fishing fun.
I don't think a lot of people come down here. There really isn't a path.
No, it's a good-looking spot out there, though.
Oh, I agree. Boy.
Yeah, be careful.
Another place I can cast from is that rock. There's a lot of cover here. Actually, it's a good sign when you don't see a path leading down to the water. Wow, you should see all the vegetation here. There's a real good mix of vegetation. No wonder there's so many trout here, and the water is cold. Oh, it's a rainbow, what a jump! All right. Roger, can you believe this? I'm trying to get it up. Man, he broke water twice. I don't want him to go down in those weeds. I think it used all its energy in those jumps. Now, this is gonna be fun. I gotta figure out how to land it here. Luckily, I got my glove on me. Boy, okay. I just have to take my time here. That's the nice thing about having a glove like this. You don't have to carry a net around with you. I just had it right in my pocket. This guy's almost done. Just have to get it wet first. Now, I think I've got it hooked pretty good. Unreal. You know, I think this is probably the only lure that you can take with you anywhere in the world, salt or fresh water, and catch fish. No matter whether they're rainbow trout or brown trout. Come here. Boy, what a nice rainbow. Got it. Okay. I've got to be careful here. This rock is so slippery. There, I balanced my fishing rod, and I want to show you this fish. Look at this rainbow. Wow, I've got my hand on this belly. This fish is just like a football. And you can see the colors. He wants to go back. I'm gonna just suspend him in the water. Okay, I'm gonna try to get that Rapala out. I am being as gentle as possible with this fish. And you can see that it just hit that last hook. Just getting it out gently there. Oh boy, oh, there he goes. There's nothing you can do when they're ready to go. Now, the difference, what an incredible difference. By changing to that sinking Rapala, when you're in a little bit deeper water, boy, that fish hit right off the bat. I just gotta be careful I don't fall off this rock. Boy.
Rainbows are considered a delicacy here, and there's no better way to enjoy them than by smoking a freshly caught fish in the open air, next to the waters where it was caught. Care and skill must be taken to ensure a fish will be smoked evenly. To see if the fish is ready, a small twig or toothpick is used to test the meat. If no meat sticks to the twig, it's ready to enjoy. What a Scandinavian experience. Fresh fish, good friends, and a truly exotic setting. For a change, Italo and Roger are going to try their luck twitching for pike in the Baltic Sea.
No, I always try to get the first cast right to where the break is going, right up on the island. Excellent. You know, I'm not used to twitching like this. I haven't done it for a little while. It's actually tiring on the wrists.
Yeah.
Especially when you're using a big Rapala like that. Get it right back up there. Excellent looking water.
Getting a little choppy.
Yeah. Oh, Roger! What's going on? Did he ever slam it? Man, I'm trying to get line on it, and it's not getting in here. Boy. You know what? I'm going to try to get down. Man.
Or is it over there?
Yeah. I'm trying to get its head up, and it doesn't want to give at all. Boy, these rods are great. You need long rods. I can see why they all got long rods here for casting distance. Roger, right off that point.
Nice blue one. He's got it right across his mouth, look.
Now, you had said just before I hooked that fish, you thought we were going to get one in between the land and our boat. Over here. Oh.
Get the glove here.
These.
Oh, look at that mouth.
You know, there's one hook in it, and I can see it when it opens that yap and starts shaking it. Okay, Roger, you ready with that glove? I'm going to try to turn them around for you, Roger. Just watch those hooks. We're dealing with long rods, too, in a narrow boat. Just easy.
Once you're around this way, yeah.
It's very important to have these fish completely tired out before you try to grab them like this. Just nice and gentle. Oh, look at that. Now this fish is a lot silverier than the other one. Yours had that nice yellow sheen on the belly. This guy's almost silver.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna see, look at this. One hook was in it, in the mouth. Another one tacked on. Let me just get the pliers here. Okay, we're gonna try to do this as quickly as possible. And we're gonna show everybody the fish and we'll get it right back in the water. There's one hook. Now there's the one that held onto it, just through the top. We're not hurting him at all. I think these fish in salt water have more energy than our fish back home.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, I was lucky to hold on to that fish.
Yeah.
Now, do you think you'll go 10 pounds?
A little shy, maybe.
Well, okay, well, let's find out. We've got the scale right here in the bag. Okay. I got to synchronize it, and it's at
Turn it
0.
on.
Yeah. And we're not going to hurt this fish. I'm just going to get that hook in, and we're going to see what he weighs.
Mind his teeth there.
Gosh, he's got a good set of chompers, that's for sure.
Don't hurt him.
Okay.
Here we go.
Now, if you can just very gently
Let him go there.
suspend. He's lighter than I thought.
Yeah.
He's about 8, 10, 12. It's jumping around there. You can see that this is really nice because it's a digital readout. 8, I'll say 12, okay?
Okay.
He's almost
8 pounds, 12.
9 pounds. Okay, I'm going to take this back out. I'm going to take that out, and you can just put him right back into the water and hold on to him. Let him revive a little bit. He fought really hard. No question about that. I tell you, there's no mistaking it when you're using an 18 Rapala like that. And I was working it on top of the water, just twitching it. He just inhaled it. My rod was bent over backwards. How does he look, Roger?
He's going to be okay.
He's getting his energy back?
Yeah, he's starting to move a little here.
Good.
He's getting ready now.
Yeah.
There he goes. There he goes.
When we return, the Rapala lure plant. Man has always been trying to perfect the art of fooling fish with a hook and line. Through the centuries, he's developed many techniques and created a vast range of flies and lures. One man in particular has gone down in history for developing what will probably remain to be the world's most popular lure that fish just can't pass up. The man, Lauri Rapala. Decades ago, Lauri studied the behavior of bait fish in their natural environment. Through his observations, he realized that wounded minnows produced a tantalizing action that attracted predator fish to attack them. Lauri was a fisherman at heart, angling for salmon and trout in his local waters. He led a humble life, living in a modest country home. He started carving wooden minnow imitations out of pine bark in his shed. He slowly experimented by using chocolate and cheese wrappings to give his minnows a lifelike skin. Using the crude tools available to him, he was able to produce artificial minnow lures that worked extremely well. Soon the word spread, and Lauri was producing lures for his friends. And in no time, Rapala lures made it to North America and fell into the hands of Ron Weber, who realized the fish-catching qualities of this ingenious lure and started to distribute it. The rest, as they say, is history. Let's take a behind-the-scenes look that has never before been revealed at the entire process of building Rapala lures.
One of the secrets of the Rapala lure is the base material that's used in its construction. What you're looking at here is a variety of balsa wood that's been imported from Ecuador. It's been all allotted to shape and size, and it's ready to go into the dies that'll actually trim and mold the wood into the actual lures. This is the beginning of the Rapala lure.
Blocks of balsa wood are trimmed into strips that can be fed through special lathes that carve the individual base of each Rapala lure. Keep in mind that there are over 9 different types of Rapala lures covering floating, sinking, deep diving, and special action models which come in many different sizes. When you multiply all of the different types, sizes, and colors, you end up with over 200 different lures. After the base bodies are cut, the next step is the wire assembly. This is a critical stage in the lure production, since the strength of this wire will be instrumental in holding on hooks and trophy game fish.
Just a few moments ago, the lure was just a rough shape out of wood. You can see that wood being transformed into an actual lure with the body and a spine. And probably one of the most critical components, that wire body that holds everything in place, especially the hooks when you catch that trophy fish. But that in itself won't catch fish. This is where the lure takes on its first cosmetic change.
Just like the Rapalas Lauri made, the foil is still applied individually by hand. As soon as the foil is set, the lures are hand-dipped repeatedly in a special plastic formula that appears like glass when dry.
How do you make an artificial lure look exactly like a real fish? You can't color it by hand with a brush. The only way you can do it is to airbrush. This is probably the most colorful part of the whole Rapala factory.
Rapala lures are delicately hand-painted by skilled craftsmen. quality paint is mixed and blended to form the right color combination that consistently catch fish. After the lures are painted, it's back to the plastic bath where they receive their final coatings. Then it's off for the placement of the special plastic lip, which gives the lures their action.
When you're dealing with humans, they say that the eyes are the window to the soul. But when it comes to fish, it's the predator fish that zeroes in on the prey's eye. In this area, they're detailing eyes, one of the final steps in finishing the Rapala lure.
Once the eyes are painted and the swimming lips are attached, each lure has to be equipped simultaneously with split rings and hooks. Once the lures are complete, they're ready for the ultimate test. The final and most critical step that each and every Rapala goes through is the testing tank. Each lure is hand-tested, just like the first lures that were hand-tuned by Lori Rapala. If a lure doesn't run properly, the eyelet is hand-tuned and the swimming lip modified. It's at this stage that each lure is inspected and approved for final packaging.
This is the final stage in the production of the Rapala lure. From here, they're boxed and shipped throughout the world.
If Lori could see the quality control and the number of lures that are being produced, he'd be proud that the tradition of quality is still alive today. No matter where Rapala lures are shipped or used, they are still #1 when it comes to producing trophy catches for fishermen. We hope that when you tie on your next Rapala, you'll realize the quality and workmanship that goes into each and every lure to ensure its fish-catching consistency. Up next, longlining for salmon. Sport fishing in Finland in some ways is quite different from in Canada. Like Canada, Finland has access to deep water and salmon fishing. The main difference, though, is the expanse of water and the difference between freshwater and saltwater. In Ontario, most of the salmon fishing is either done in the fall from riverbanks or during the summer months at great depths in Lake Ontario with the use of downriggers and electronic fish finders.
You can tell it's a big fish when it starts stripping line out like that.
Well, the drag's set just right.
Good. I'm going to move these rods over just in case we start to get it close.
Okay, Jim, you want to just cut her back a bit?
Okay, you can start bringing it in. Go ahead.
Oh, he's up on top of the water now. Woo! Yeah, definitely a king.
You know what? I'm going to get the net ready.
All right. Okay, I'll move her over a bit.
Okay, you're going to take a guess at the weight? What do you think? Over 15?
Okay, I'll take 15. All right.
Okay.
Feeling pretty good, you know. You know those big things. They do what they want to do out here. Got a big leg like this. Still, we got 14-pound test on. You know, you can bring in some pretty big fish with 14 pounds. The thing is, I can't recall now whether we got this one on one of the body lures or the spoons.
It's a spoon. I'm sure it's a spoon.
Oh, look at this. Can't do anything.
They are powerful. All you can do is hold on. I'm just looking at that arch in that rod. Boy, there's a lot of pressure on that stick. Is your hand getting sore?
No.
Are you sure? Just let me know, Henry.
This is just fine, man. Never say you're tired.
You lose the rod, right?
How many guys have we had on the charter that have come out and they fought a fish, you know, anywhere from, what, 25 to 30 pounds, and then they go like, after 20 minutes, half hour, okay, George, you want to finish it off?
Well, their arms get sore, you know?
Oh.
What a nice sound when that reel starts.
Haven't been able
like
to pull him up yet, you know? I think he's going to start, he's going to come up to the surface,
Okay,
I think.
force him in. Come on. Get his head up.
I'm going to pull him right up to the top.
You want to get a nice look at
I
it.
want to see him.
Look how pretty those boats look on the horizon like that with the rays breaking through.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gaining some room on this fish. He's come up to the top now.
Watch him. He's pulling a sleeper.
Let's see if I can pull him up.
You can just get his head up so you can have a look at him. He doesn't want to come up.
Look at that rod tip. The do. Nothing you can do. Just keep pounding down. I'm trying to bring her up. I'm gonna pull him up. There he is, right up the top.
Look at that. Almost looks like a shark when you see that tail come up.
Ooh.
Nice fish. Okay, I'm ready with the net. You just get him up closer.
Single hook on that Rapala. If I can get his head up.
Yeah.
No, he's gone down a bit.
Better watch those other lines.
Okay. Boy, he's still playing away.
Oh, look at that. What a nice.
Oh, see if I can
Just get him up a little bit, Henry.
Okay, almost.
Oh, we got him.
All right.
That is a heavy fish, Henry. Oh, I'm gonna lift him right up.
Big Chinook. Rob, I'm gonna give you the glove
Look
on
at
here.
that. What a nice clean fish.
Okay, see if I can.
You
I don't
hold
want
on
to
to
flash
him.
around too. Oh, he's a heavy. Italo, he's a heavy.
Okay, I'm gonna get the pliers. We got him right here.
Oh,
This is where it's important to work fast if you're planning to release the fish. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get the hook out first. We just got him with that one side
that
wash.
single hook. That's what you got to
There.
do. We stress
Perfect.
that. Now,
Look at that.
his eye's a little bit damaged there, but he's going to be fine. What a gorgeous king. That's what it's all about, these big Chinook salmon.
They're so silver when they're out in open water. You can see that sheen right down the whole side and that just that light green back.
Well, I want to get him back in Italo.
I agree.
Gorgeous big king. Look at that. Whoa. Okay. Put him right into the current. Okay, here we go. Right into that. 1, 2, 3.
When it comes to charter fishing in Finland, things are a lot different. When you realize that the Gulf of Finland spans hundreds of miles, you wonder how you'll ever locate any fish. Well, the Finns use a fishing technique known as longlining, and it really works.
Right now we're moored on the coastline right here in Helsinki. In about a half an hour we're going to be heading out into the Baltic Sea in the Gulf of Finland. Now believe it or not, this is a charter boat, even though it might look more like a tugboat to you. The Finns take their fishing very seriously. Now once we get out there, we're not just going to be trolling, we're going to be using a technique called longlining. And what you see here is a winch that's used to retrieve the lines. Now when we mean long lines, we're talking 17 kilometers of fishing line out and about 1,000 hooks. And all of those hooks are baited with fresh herring, and that's what catches the salmon. Now while those lines are set and you're waiting for the fish to bite, we're also going to be doing some trolling and using downriggers. Now you can see at the back that there are 4 sets of downriggers on each side. These are heavy duty. They're not like the ones we have back home. And you can see that the cannonballs are pretty heavy. These particular ones are about 10 kilograms, which is about 20 pounds. Now these are attached to a massive outrigger, one on each side, and that'll take the cannonballs out and away from the boat. Now you can see that the boat is outfitted really well. It has a tower, it has a guidance system and a radar, and believe it or not, most of the time the boat is on autopilot and one person does all of the fishing. Now let's head out. I think I see the skipper coming.
The key to successful longlining starts by locating an area that has a mixture of bottom structure and effective tidal currents. At times, this means venturing out 20 to 50 miles offshore. The boat has to be seaworthy and the captain knowledgeable. Once a fishing area is located, the boat is placed on autopilot and the captain or skipper must start the grueling process of setting lines. Believe it or not, over 1,000 hooks are attached to a long line over 17 kilometers in length. You might think that having all this line in a box might cause tangles. Well, that's not the case. Each hook is carefully stored on a wooden slot and the line properly coiled in succession to avoid any tangles. Each hook is baited with a frozen herring and is dropped overboard. Every kilometer there is a prominent marker dropped that clearly marks the long line to other boaters. Letting the line out is the easy part. As soon as all the hooks are set, the captain runs back to the beginning of the long line and starts to check each hook one at a time. As the lines are being retrieved, a tire system aids in lifting the lines into the boat. Every so often, the line guide is shifted from one side of the holding box to the other. Today has been productive. Atlantic salmon, sea trout, and even flounder have been caught. Not bad for 4 hours' work in the middle of the Gulf of Finland. After all the fishing, it's back to Helsinki for some rest and relaxation. When we return, the country, the legend.
One of the advantages of coming to Finland, and especially getting the opportunity of going to the Rapala lure company, is to see some of the newest lures that they're working on. What I'm holding up is a Countdown number 3 Rapala. It's a sinking model, and it's the newest one out. When you see the action this lure has, you'll understand why a fish just can't resist it. It looks just like a small bait fish swimming back and forth, and because it's weighted, you can really cast it far. Now I've snuck into this little spot, and I'm going to try casting way over to the tail end. There's a bit of a current. I'm going to see if I can hook a rainbow way down there. Whoa! What a hit. Man, this is a good sized fish. I'm trying to keep it out of that current. This fish has got so much energy. Oh, man, that light line, I gotta be careful. Man, I can't. Oh! I'll tell you, I've got about a 2 feet of rock here that I'm on. This fish is going crazy. It's important to have that drag set just right. Now, the way that fish took that Rapala, it just nailed it. I'm trying to get it in. What a way to get your adrenaline flowing. I can't, there's no way I can bring that fish in yet. It's got too much power. Boy. No wonder it hit it that hard. It's probably the first time it's seen that lure. Oh. Come on. I'm gonna handle it. Oh, it's still not ready. That fish will probably go a good 5 pounds. I'm gonna try very gently, just holding it. Now you'll notice here I'm holding it upside down so that it's a little bit more relaxed. Hopefully it won't thrash. I did pinch the barbs on those hooks. Oh! I'm trying to be as gentle as possible because I'm releasing it. Come here. Boy, nice and easy. One of the things really important too, when you are handling a fish with a Rapala, even a tiny one, you have to be very careful that you don't get your hands too close to those hooks. Perfect. That fish is gone, and hopefully someone else will be able to enjoy that fish one day. Now that lure really works.
The Scandinavian countries are rich in contrast, with northern areas that extend beyond the Arctic Circle. Finland in particular is a land of seashores and lowlands, a combination of heavy forested regions and barren northlands, truly resembling Canada. It's from this rugged land that the legend of Lauri Rapala was born and is alive to this day. From one man's curiosity, fishermen from around the world have been able to outwit their fishy adversary with the Rapala lure.
We're thankful for having the opportunity of traveling throughout Finland and to taste the culture and the lifestyle. It's so different than our own. The one thing, though, that we've seen that's in common is the passion that some people have for fishing. It doesn't seem to matter where you travel, there's always someone trying to catch fish. If you are planning a trip to Europe or Scandinavia, Finland should be at the top of your list. If you want a trip all on its own, that's exotic and full of adventure, this is the place to do it. Good fishing, conserve our waters, and we'll see you on our next 1 hour special.
Big fish, eh?
Yeah.